Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, so I want to say a few more things about lecithin, the biochemical that you get from foods, and you can get it as a supplement. You can get it from foods as well. Lecithin's found in all cells of the body. The benefits of lecithin include all cells of the body. It's a component of all the cells of the body, and a key component at that. So that means you get benefits for everything when you use lecithin, but particularly you get benefits for the heart, the digestive system, and the nervous system. Lecithin is a component of bile. That means it's going to help clear out excess cholesterol. That's important for cardiovascular health. It's going to keep cholesterol from being so sticky. It'll help cholesterol get transported into the liver. It helps us dissolve fatty nutrients. That also is going to have a benefit for the heart, and of course it's going to have a benefit for your digestive system, particularly if you had a gallbladder taken out. If you have liver issues, you had a gallbladder removed, you have intestinal issues, you have dysbiosis, which is messed up gut bacteria, you want to at least think about using lecithin as a supplement, in my opinion. Even if we're healthy, but we're just going high fat or going ketogenic. This is how we started talking about lecithin. If you're going ketogenic, there's going to be a lot of supplements you can use to improve or to maximize or to optimize the benefits that you get from the ketogenic diet. Lecithin is one of those. Even if you're just eating a lot of fat, it's not a bad idea to use lecithin. Pretty much for anybody, it's not a bad idea to use lecithin as a supplement on a regular basis, if not on a daily basis. As far as your brain goes, as far as brain health issues go, lecithin can be super, super helpful for the brain. Lecithin is it's kind of an electrical molecule. It has an electrical nature to it. Scientists are exploring using the electrical nature of lecithin for a lot of different things, for binding metals in the electronics business. In the body, the electrical nature of lecithin makes it really helpful for Alzheimer's disease and for Parkinson's disease, two conditions that, again, you might want to think about using lecithin. Not as a cure, for Parkinson's. I'm not saying that it's some kind of magical remedy, but as a way of, potentially anyway, reducing the symptoms. From the European Journal of Clinical Investigation, this was published online March 2008. Patients were given a daily dose, Parkinson's disease patients, lecithin treatment of cognitively impaired Parkinson's patients. So they took Parkinson's patients. Each patient took a daily dose of 32 grams of a commercial lecithin preparation. Indications of a positive treatment effect were obtained on memory, cognition, and motility tests. That's for Parkinson's. Another article from 1980, Current Topics in Extrapyramidal Disorders, pyramidal systems, part of the brain. From 1980, lecithin in Parkinson's disease as a test of the hypothesis that lecithin works for Parkinson's disease. We have given 10 levodopa-treated Parkinsonian patients with dementia a regimen of lecithin, 20 grams a day. A clear improvement in the test of something called the Coe's block design test of constructive ability. Anyway, they noticed a clear improvement and a decrease of the toxic symptoms of confusion, hallucination, and nightmares. That's 20 grams of lecithin. Now keep in mind here, guys, there's no drugs for lecithin. There's no drugs for Parkinson's. There's no drugs that can give you that kind of benefit. Now, these were not unbelievably curative benefits, but there's no drug that can do this. When was the last time a doctor prescribed lecithin for anybody with Parkinson's? Lecithin's role is supportive, and it's undeniably supportive for all degenerative diseases, especially brain diseases. But it's not curative. Curative, you got to go back to the triangle of disease. If you want to really, truly reverse the symptoms of disease, you're going to need to go back to the triangle. That's why I have a problem with people. And sometimes we say, take this supplement if you have this problem, and, this for that, I call it. You have to go back to the basics, the triangle of disease. That means the digestive system. You've got to work on that food elimination diet, caloric restriction, fasting. And by the way, there's a lot of good literature about caloric restriction and Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease, which are basically the same thing. Alzheimer's is Parkinson's, okay? Functionally and pretty much the same, even histologically, even in the brain in terms of the tissue itself. Basically, the brain is just dissolving. So anyway, caloric restriction increases neurotropic factor levels and attenuates neurochemical and behavioral deficits in Parkinson's disease. Caloric restriction, fasting, intermittent fasting and caloric restriction ameliorate age-related behavioral deficits in Alzheimer's disease. Fasting can help against brain diseases. That's from The Guardian. Caloric restriction and intermittent fasting, 2 potential diets for successful aging. That's from Aging Research Reviews. You guys, this is not a medical issue. The only people who think it's a medical issue are the people who bought the have bought the line or have drank the Kool-Aid, or the people who are making money from it. There's no drugs for Parkinson's or for Alzheimer's because these are not medical issues. Go back to the triangle, work on the digestive system, stabilize the blood sugar. We've talked about how Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. And calm the body down. Make sure you're oxygenating correctly. There's a major connection between thyroid health and the brain, by the way, that nobody talks about. I would venture to say that every single person who has Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease, or any degenerative disease really, has at least some degree of thyroid dysfunction. So anyway, that's a triangle of disease. And if you focus on the triangle, rest assured, both the symptoms of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, like all degenerative conditions, can be improved dramatically without drugs and doctors. But that doesn't mean the drug companies aren't going to try. That doesn't mean they're not trying. We'll talk about that when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. Okay, so we're talking about the brain and lecithin here. Earlier this week, an FDA committee voted 12-2 that the benefits of something called Nuplazid, made by Acadia, outweigh the risks of taking Nuplazid. The benefits of taking this drug outweigh the risks. The risks include all kinds of things, including death. But this drug, apparently, according to the FDA, anyway, this committee, it's worth it. Not that Nuplazid really does anything for Parkinson's. It's actually specifically for Parkinson's dementia, which occurs in nearly half the people who have Parkinson's disease. And dementia, of course, is Alzheimer's as well. That's because Parkinson's is Alzheimer's. Same disease. It's not a special thing. The brain is just decaying. It's just decaying in a different place. That doesn't make it a different disease. That the degenerative process, it's not even a disease. It's a degenerative process. That's how we want to think about these things. They're not diseases. They're not things. It's the same breakdown that just, wherever it is, it's arthritis of the brain. There's no special diseases. It's in terms of degeneration I'm talking about, in terms of chronic degenerative diseases. There's no special diseases. The whole nomenclature thing, naming thing, reality is created in language. Language is really sneaky stuff, as any marketer will tell you. People get degrees in how to manipulate us with language. They're called marketers. And language is a very, very tricky thing, language. Some of the greatest philosophers in the world studied language. So we get this language of disease. We get this language of naming, nomenclature, and it makes us think that we have a special disease, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. This is an industrial, corporate, self-serving scam so that innocent and suffering patients can have the privilege of having special doctors and special drugs and special foundations and special hats and special t-shirts and ice bucket challenges and pink ribbons, and none of which makes a whit's bit of difference in getting us healthier. You can race for the cure all you want. What we call diseases are not about cures. They're about being healthy. A cure doesn't make you healthy in terms of degenerative diseases. Now, I'm not talking about antibiotics and infections. Those are different. I'm talking about progressive, long-term degenerative diseases. We need to make that distinction. The medical model doesn't want us to make that distinction. It collapses these two ideas. Oh, miracle, antibiotics. We cured you of infection. Now here's something for your Parkinson's disease. And squeezes these two separate ideas together. Infections, antibiotics, they work, obviously. Parkinson's drugs don't work, obviously. Diabetes drugs don't work, obviously. Oh, but my markers, my blood glucose went down. Doesn't mean your diabetes went away. Oh, but I don't have the same jitteriness. My arms aren't shaking as much. Well, that doesn't mean your Parkinson's went away. So anyway, so they got this committee, FDA committee says it's okay to go ahead with the approval process for neoplasia, which doesn't do anything for dementia. It disguises some of the symptoms by hyping the brain up. This is how they treat dementia. They they upregulate neurochemicals to disguise some of the symptoms. And this despite the FDA scientists themselves in a review said the drug, quote, minimally improved, unquote, hallucinations and delusions while exposing patients to a, quote, substantial safety risk, unquote, and that includes death. According to the FDA's own assessment, so for minimal improvement that exposes patients to a substantial safety risk, including death, that's a drug we're going to approve and your doctor's going to give it to you. So there's no drug, let's be clear here, there's no drugs that can do anything other than at best reduce some of the unpleasant symptoms of Parkinson's disease or dementias or Alzheimer's or Bell's palsy or MS or any other nervous system disorders, or for that matter for arthritis or ulcerative colitis or sarcoidosis or pulmonary fibrosis or you name it. Because these are not medical issues, and the only reason these things are on the market is to take advantage of the suffering. If you know anyone who's dealing with any of these things, no one needs to suffer. And no one needs a doctor for any of these so-called diseases. If you need some surgery, go to a doctor or a surgeon. But for degenerative diseases, we got to get it through our heads that these are not doctor issues. The best a doctor can do is educate us. That's what a doctor's supposed to do anyway. Doctor, it's about education. It's not about drugging. All got shifted over in the middle of the 19th century. Or not really, even before that. It got going in a big way in the middle of the 19th century. But right around the time of this guy Paracelsus in the 1600s, I think it was the 1600s, maybe it was even earlier actually. It was a long time ago, 500, 600, 700 years ago, this guy Paracelsus came up with the idea of mixing together and crushing together herbs and using them as medicine in a systematic fashion. But it's not, he didn't know he didn't understand the nature of degeneration because we didn't even understand the body back then. Today, it's got to be eminently clear to anybody who observes how sick we're getting compared to how much medicine we have and how many doctors we have and how many diagnostics we have. It is crystal clear that the medical model doesn't work, but doesn't matter because these are all lifestyle issues. And that is such good news, folks. That is such good news. Degeneration can turn into regeneration, and this is not an assertion. I'm not saying this to you because I think it or believe it. I'm telling you it's common sense. Degeneration means the body's breaking down. So regeneration is the body building up. All we got to do is figure out how to go from degeneration to regeneration. That's called reversing. That's called a reversal, going from degeneration to regeneration. That's what reversibility is all about. It's just logical. The brain and the nervous system, brain and nervous system diseases, they're like all degenerative diseases. They're just the body breaking down. There's an initiating factor that causes the body to break down, and it's not mysterious. It's not a magical bug. It's not a prion. Unless you're a representative of the medical model, there's no mystery here. It's not unknown. And it's most certainly not an opportunity to carpetbag and exploit and leverage the misery and the suffering and the grief of innocent people into financial gain. Degeneration occurs because the body doesn't get what it needs and it's got to deal with stuff it doesn't want. It's as simple as that. The bad stuff's getting in and the good stuff isn't. I know that sounds simplistic, but that's what it is, because the body is a regenerating system. Its nature is to heal and regenerate itself at all turns. So you take the bad stuff out and you put the good stuff in, and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's from a degenerative standpoint are the same as any other degenerative disease. Eliminate the crappy food, reduce the calories, and make sure you're getting on a good nutritional supplement program and eating correctly as well. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got more to say here, and then we'll take your calls as well. Okay, got a letter here. I just got this note here. This is really cool from Stan. If Stan's listening, thank you so much for this. My wife has gone ketogenic for 6 days, and her blood pressure has dropped 40 points. Thank you for all you do, Ben, Stan. Should I say that again, folks? My wife has gone ketogenic for 6 days, and her blood pressure has dropped 40 points. What kind of drug can do this? No drugs. You know how much toxicity this woman's got now from her ketogenic diet that dropped her blood pressure 40 points? You know how much toxicity? None. She added years to her life. She's improved every single marker of health, from her brain to her reproductive system, to her digestive system, to her cardiovascular system, and her blood pressure's dropped 40 points. When was the last time a doctor wrote a prescription for the ketogenic diet? Never. Another one from Ralph. Sent me this one last night. Thank you, Ben. I'm not going to tell you all the good stuff here about me, but it says, at first I was skeptical of supplementing, but now I am a true believer. The positive results from Youngevity products are, in my opinion, are undeniable. He says he was skeptical. He's 50. He says he was always healthy. He was 53. Quote, I began to notice that after workouts, the fatigue and recovery time was slow and difficult. However, after a while, I took a leap of faith and purchased the original BTT. I noticed results from the B vitamins within 3 or 4 minutes of my first few sips. Where have you heard that before? I'm telling you, folks, this is the real deal. From then on, I was sold. I now supplement with BTT, EFAs, enzymes, probiotics, OsteoFX, glucogels, and One World Way. I feel I'm in good health, never catch any bugs, never suffer from fevers. Anyway, that's the BTT. You'll find that at criticalhealthnews.com, pharmacistben.com, brightsideben.com. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. Let's go to Steve in Florida. Good morning, Steve. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing, Ben?
Doing good. How's it going out there? Where are you? Where in Florida? Are you by the beach?
Yeah, Panama City.
Where? Oh, Panama City. Nice. Spring break. Yeah. Spring break coming up, right?
Yeah, well, they just got through with that, but
they just got through.
They've been having.
Do you live? You actually live in Panama City as that's your residence, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
What do people think when spring break comes around? Is it a good thing?
The last few years, they don't like it too much, but I think with the regulations and the changes and all they've made here, they've really put a damper on the kids coming. Oh,
they have. So does it affect business at all?
Oh, yes. We've had a lot of complaints of that.
All right. I've never been to Panama City. That's up north, isn't it?
Yes, in the Panhandle.
Panhandle, right. Yeah. All right. So what's going on? How can we help you, Steve?
Hey, I want to do this. Ask this for my younger brother. He's been in the hospital 2 months. He's had his third open heart surgery.
Okay.
And he did fine, but when they put a new fibrillator in him after the surgery, he went downhill. Now he's got all kinds of life-threatening problems.
Oh my goodness!
They don't know what.
How old is he?
They don't know what's going on. He's 56 years old.
56?
56.
Okay.
Yeah. So now he's got all this fluid that's drowning his organs, his liver.
Oh my goodness! All right.
And all this stuff, and I'm just wondering. This is what I'm wondering. If there's some way that we can vitalize these organs and get the fluid out of it.
Oh, yeah. Here,
blood pressure is too low.
Oh, yeah. He's a mess. He's falling apart. He's dissolving in front of your eyes. Remember the Wicked Witch of the West? Remember the Wicked Witch of the West in the movie The Wizard of Oz? I'm melting. Yeah. That's what happens. Yeah. Except right? He's dissolving. So here's the deal. Good news, bad news. Good news is he's 56 years old, and he's still relatively young. Okay? More good news is the sicker we are, the faster we turn it around. And this is a very sick guy, which means he's going to turn this thing around very fast. Not completely very fast, but he's going to begin to turn it around in 24 hours. In 48 to 72 hours, he can notice some really significant differences. Now, he's very degenerated, so he's going to take a while to completely do this thing. But to begin, you'll notice results quickly because the great gift of the human body is the sicker we are, the faster we turn it around. And just like the more weight we need to lose, the faster we lose the weight. Whatever the degenerative process is, the more significant it is, the more dramatic the results will be. And he's 56 and he's young. The bad news is he's 56 and he's young. So he's on a very rapid road to demise. And I'm just being frank here. So you got to take corrective measures immediately. So how do you do it when the body is this compromised and the body's falling apart? And I get letters like this all the time, by the way. So you're in good company. Your brother's in good company. When the body is this degenerated, I always think of my kitchen after I cook. Do you cook, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever make like have a big party for somebody, or maybe just a friend, and you just cooked like crazy, and you got all these pots and pans and dishes, and everything's all grimy and it's all disgusting, and it's all in the sink, and it's piled up high? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you got stuff all over the kitchen, and it's just a big mess. So what do? You look at it and you go, I just want to go to bed. I'll think about it tomorrow. No, you don't do that. What you got to do is you got to pick up a spoon, and you pick up the spoon and you wash the spoon, you rinse the spoon, and you put it in the dishwasher. Then you take another spoon and you do the same thing. Then you take a fork. Then you take a cup. Then you take a pan. Then you start doing the pot. One at a time, single steps. You don't want to be overwhelmed, because if you're overwhelmed, you're just going to go to bed and not do anything. If you're overwhelmed in the body, you're just going to take a drug and not do anything. You've got to start with single steps. And when the body is this compromised, the first step you're always going to take is with the digestive system. Always, always, always. That's your first spoon. When you do this model for accomplishing anything, by the way, and you can do it for cleaning your house, cleaning your garage, whatever you want to do that's unpleasant to do, you start with a single step. And pretty soon, all of a sudden, the kitchen's clean. All of a sudden, you're feeling better if you start with a single step. And that single step, it has to be with the digestive system. So the first thing he's got to do is he's got to start keeping track of everything he eats and how he responds. Steve, hang tight, because there's a whole bunch more I'm going to tell you, okay? And this is for everybody out there who's dealing with these kinds of massive, intractable problems that seem out of control. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. From the journal Diabetologia, a journal of the European Association for the Study of Diabetes, type 1 diabetes is linked to a triple increase in the risk of epilepsy. This is what we're talking about. The body breaks down as a system. This is called comorbidity. Comorbidity means different diseases, or different various diseases associated with the same person. Comorbidity. When you have one disease, you're more likely to have other diseases, because the body breaks down as a system. We're talking to Steve in Florida. Steve, you there, man?
Yeah, Ben, I just want to let you know he's on a feeding tube and a ventilator.
Okay, well, he's on a feeding tube. Then we'll start even we got to go even backwards even further. In fact, really the first thing you want to do when the body is this degenerated is get him some nutrients quickly, because you get this downward spiral, Steve, where the lack of nutrients causes the body to break down, which causes more lack of nutrients, which causes the body to break down more, which causes more lack of nutrients. So you get this vicious spiral. So the way you want to the first thing you got to do is cut the head off the snake, so the circle ends. And the way you do that is by pounding the liquid nutrition. Now, if he's on a feeding tube, see if you can get him some BTT. See if they'll let you do that. It's tough when he's in a hospital. He's in a hospital, right? Yeah, so it's tough to get him nutrition in the hospital, because they're going to, they basically own you in the hospital. But theoretically, you want to get him some BTT if you can, beyond tangy tangerine. If not, they don't want the BTT, and sometimes they don't, get him some chicken soup or some vegetable juice. He needs a high concentration of easy-to-process liquid nutrition. Does that make sense? Particularly the electrical nutrients, which are the B complex, vitamin C, and the electrolytes. And I'm just going to be theoretical here, because I don't know what you're going to get to do. He's in the hospital. But theoretically, you need to pound. For anybody out there listening who's dealing with a bunch of a slew of symptomology, you've got to start with one step. Start with a spoon. The BTT is your spoon. Then, if you can, work on the digestive system. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but I'm only being theoretical here, Steve, because there's not much you could do. He's in the hospital. They own him. But theoretically, you got to work on the digestive system, because you can't get nutrition if the digestive system is compromised. So that's the first thing to do, is patch up the digestive system. Food diary, probiotics, caloric restriction, ketogenic diet, anything you could do to minimize the work the digestive system has to do. Ultimate enzymes, apple cider vinegar, bile salts. There's a whole bunch of things you could do. Next thing is the blood sugar. The connection between the blood sugar and the cardiovascular system is like two peas in a pod. It's like hand and glove. Blood sugar issues synonymous with cardiovascular issues. They're synonyms. And the mechanism is obvious to anybody who understands how the body works even a little bit. Sugar sticks to things. It's like putting sugar in your gas tank. You ever hear that old joke people or prank people play? They put sugar in people's gas tank. Well, sugar sticks to the gas tank. It gums everything up. Well, it does the same thing to our gas tank, which is our circulatory system. So it gums everything up. So going on a ketogenic diet, low carb, zero carb if you can, or not zero carb because you need veggie carbs, but zero refined carbs. B vitamins again, zinc. These are all ways to stabilize the blood sugar. Chromium, vanadium, sulfur, selenium, vitamin D, omega fatty acids, more protein. More protein is just a great strategy anyway for anybody who's degenerating. And then third, and again, he's in the hospital, so you don't really have a lot of control this way, but calming the body down and make sure respiration is occurring as it should. Oxygen and carbon dioxide, both slowly. And this isn't for you, Steve, because I don't tell you he's in the hospital, but for other people dealing with degenerative issues, the parasympathetic, the relaxation nervous system is what regulates the healing process. So calming the body down is essential. And carbon dioxide and oxygen play key roles in there. In that, mental and emotional strategies as well, massage, body work, relaxation. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Steve, because he's in the hospital. If you can get him the BTT, that's the best you could do probably. You have to work with your doctors on that. I wish I could tell you more. If you ever get him out of there, we can put him on an entire program. I'm glad to do that. All right, Steve? All right, man. Take care, bro. Have a beautiful day. Good luck with everything. God bless you. All right. I just hate, when the hospital owns the guy. What are you going to do? All right. 844-236-6010 is our number from the New England Journal of Medicine. I love this one. Illusion of control leads to inappropriate medical treatments. Illusion of control. The therapeutic illusion, an unjustified belief in treatment, has been proven. Consistently, physicians have reported overestimating the benefits of their treatments. That's from the New England Journal of Medicine, folks, and it gets worse. Finish this up when we come back. Actually, I want to take Jodie here from Ohio. What's up, Jodie? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
My husband has shingles.
Okay.
And
how old's your husband?
He is 58.
58, okay. And is he on any medicine other than shingle stuff? Is he on any medication, regular medication? No.
No, none at all. And these are on his face.
That's awful. That's awful. What's his height to weight?
His height is 5'9".
Yeah.
And his weight is 250.
Okay. Well, we got a body that's breaking down. Shingles occurs when the body breaks down. Shingles occurs in older folks and people who have some kind of biochemical weakness because the immune system can't do its business. Shingles shouldn't happen because the immune system takes care of it. But under conditions of burden and stress, the immune burden and stress, the immune system becomes weak. And so we can't handle things as effectively as we might. So the first thing you want to do, let me give you some nutrients that you might want to start taking right away. Selenium is very, very important for all infections and all immune system issues, 400 micrograms a day. Vitamin C in high doses as well, super important for the immune system, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day, and in addition to his Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Try not to take it all at once or too much all at once. You might get a little crampy or bloaty, so divide the doses. Zinc is another extremely important mineral for the immune system. He should be doing 50 milligrams a day. All of this is right away, by the way. You should be doing this right away today. And then another extremely important nutrient for the immune system is vitamin A, 20,000 international units a day. Now, at 5'9", 250, I think you said. That's a sign that his blood sugar is out of whack. Unless he's lifting weights and he's playing football or something like that, but I doubt that if he's 58. Yeah. So that's a sign that his blood sugar is whacked out. Under conditions of dysglycemia, messed up blood sugar, he's going to be more prone towards immune problems. So not in the long run, but over the course of the next few days and weeks, he might want to start to get his diet under control. Sugar is a powerful suppressant of the immune system. As soon as you eat sugar, your immune activity drops immediately. If you do it chronically and consistently, and by sugar I mean bread and pasta and cereal and all the foods that would make us gain weight, our immune system is chronically suppressed. You see where I'm going with this, Jodie?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to support all that. I hate doing the remedy thing where I tell you vitamin A and zinc and vitamin C and selenium, but they're important. And if he's dealing with an infection, he needs some help right away. So that you definitely want to start those supplements immediately. But in the long run, we want to take care of the problem here. So you got to address the dysglycemia by doing the whole diabetes thing. He may not have been diagnosed as a diabetic. Has he been diagnosed?
No.
Okay, well, rest assured he's got messed up blood sugar. The word diabetes is it's just a term that they give you when you have a certain criteria met of the blood sugar being messed up. But it doesn't matter. If you go by symptoms, he's got the signs of it. So you got to stabilize the blood sugar. More protein would be great for him. And then use blood sugar stabilizing nutrients like the Sweeties. Also the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Start Pack. That goes without saying. If he's got any digestive issues, the immune system is headquartered in the gut. There's satellites in the skin, there's satellites in the blood, but it's headquartered in the gut. Shingles is an immune problem. So by definition, I'm just talking common sense here, if you got an immune problem, you got a digestive problem, whether you know it or not. And many times we don't recognize it. But by definition, if you got an immune issue, you got a digestive condition that needs to be addressed. Why is this important? Well, if we take care of the shingles, Jodie, what are you going to do next week when it comes back? Or next month? What are you going to do when other signs of degenerative disease start to show up? You see what I'm saying? So blood sugar first, then I'd be working on the digestive system, not sequentially, but at the same time. The digestive system, probiotics, get him on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, have him start eating fermented foods, fermented veggies especially. Does he have any digestive issues that you know of that are chronic?
Does he?
Yeah. Heartburn, gas, bloating, stuff like that, constipation.
Yeah,
okay, those are all linked to the shingles, Jodie. Do you see where we're going here? This is not something you're going to get from the medical model. The link between his heartburn and constipation and his immune system. Listen, Jodie, I got to go. That's all the time I have for today. Get him on those supplements, stabilize the blood sugar, work on the digestive system, and you can beat this thing. Thanks for your call.
Great.
All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a beautiful, awesome, spectacular day, folks. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
You're fired.
According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time.
You're fired.
According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%.
You're fired.
1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income, so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105.
You're fired.
Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Remember Pearl Harbor. Now you can buy, for the first time ever, the 75th anniversary Pearl Harbor Legal Tender Solid Gold Coin from the U.S. Money Reserve. Call 1-800-329-6700 right now or go online to usmoneyreserve.com. 1-800-329-6700.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs has learned the importance of good fats for good health. Good fats are essential fatty acids, and they're called essential because they're necessary for good health. That's why he uses Ultimate EFAs from Youngevity.
Among the fats, the most powerful are 2 fats that are referred to as essential fatty acids. Now, nothing in the world of nutrition is more important than essential fatty acids. The word essential means you better get it in your diet or you're in big trouble. Essential fatty acids are perhaps the most multifunctional and versatile of all the essential nutrients. Essential fatty acids are not just important for the heart, they're important for everything in the body.
To get the essential fatty acids that are so important to your body, order Ultimate EFAs from Youngevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Dr. Joel Wallach here. If you're a baby boomer and you're worried about the big epidemics coming, and I'm not talking about the bird flu or the swine flu, I'm talking about epidemics of Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, arthritis, cancer. That's because the 80 million baby boomers followed all the advice of doctors, and Houston, we have a problem.
See Dr. Wallach live in Farmington, New Mexico, Thursday, May 12th at 7 p.m. Go to www.cdocinfarmington.com. That's www.cdocinfarmington.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Worried about lead, fluoride, and other contaminants in your drinking water? Get a ProPure with the Pro 1G 2.0 cleanable reusable filter and remove up to 200 contaminants. Drink water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure products, including the new ProMax shower filter. There's a ProPure for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or 800-544-3533.
A good stove is at the top of the list for any serious survivalist. That's why you have to see the full range at Emberlit.com. Simple, elegant, but extraordinarily efficient. Available in titanium or stainless steel, the Emberlit line of stoves are ultralight, pack flat, and work great. Fueled only by sticks and debris. From emergency situations to long-term survival, Emberlit stoves are up to the task. Emberlit, the most convenient, easy-to-carry wood stoves on the planet. See them all at Emberlit.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size for incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency. Get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
You've been hearing Dr. Wallach talking about 90 essential nutrients, keeping the body healthy. GCNteam.com now has Beyond Tangy Tangerine tablets, 60 plant-derived minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, packed in a powerful tablet. But that's not it. 160,000 auric points, a knockout punch to free radicals. Call 877-878-4203 or go to GCNteam.com. That's 877-878-4203.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
A good stove is at the top of the list for any serious survivalist. That's why you have to see the full range at emberlit.com. Simple, elegant, but extraordinarily efficient. Available in titanium or stainless steel, the Emberlit line of stoves are ultralight, pack flat, and work great. Fueled only by sticks and debris. From emergency situations to long-term survival, Emberlit stoves are up to the task. Emberlit, the most convenient, easy-to-carry wood stoves on the planet. See them all at emberlit.com.
Many Americans suffer from poor digestion, which can adversely affect their health.
For you guys who have digestive issues, glutathione is amazingly important for inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, stomach cancer. The glands of the stomach produce lots of glutathione. So glutathione's got multiple roles to play, and one of the best ways to upregulate, to make more glutathione, is to take the building blocks, glycine being one of the most important of the building blocks for making glutathione. Your ultimate enzymes contain something called trimethylglycine. We know it as betaine. We talk about betaine as an important ingredient for acidification, for keeping the pH of the stomach nice and low. But betaine can also help you make glutathione.
Help your body build glutathione. Order Ultimate Enzymes by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Worried about lead, fluoride, and other contaminants in your drinking water? Get a ProPure with the Pro 1G 2.0 cleanable reusable filter and remove up to 200 contaminants. Drink water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure products, including the new ProMax shower filter. There's a ProPure for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or 800-544-3533.
This is Rick Ossick, president of Famous Footwear. Our company is working together with the March of Dimes through March for Babies to raise money and awareness about the serious problem of premature birth in the U.S. As a business leader, I know that babies born very sick or too soon cost businesses billions of dollars each year, in addition to the emotional stress on employees and their families. That's why Famous Footwear is committed to raising funds to improve the health of moms and babies everywhere. Won't you please join us in the March for Babies? Start a team today at marchforbabies.org.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shop the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.